In a significant move, Chad has organized a presidential election aimed at bringing an end to military rule. Greetings, everyone. Today's video focuses on the recent presidential election in Chad, which aimed to put an end to military rule. The incumbent, Mahamat Déby Itno, was widely anticipated to secure victory. This election holds significant importance for Chad, a nation that has faced ongoing instability since gaining independence in 1960. A total of 10 candidates participated in the election, although concerns about its fairness arose following the unfortunate death of Déby Itno's main rival, Yaya Dillo, in February. The stability of Chad is of great concern to the United States and France as they fear the potential consequences of increased migration and terrorism if instability persists. Unfortunately, violence marred the election process, and we eagerly await the announcement of the results on May 21st. Without further delay, let us delve into our discussion. After a period of military rule under Mahamat Déby Itno, Chad finally conducted its presidential election on Monday, which had been delayed for an extended period. It was widely anticipated that the incumbent president would emerge as the victor. Déby Itno assumed power following the demise of his father, who had held a firm grip on authority for 30 years until his demise in 2021 while combating rebel forces. In response to his government's decision to prolong the 18-month transition by an additional 2 years, demonstrations erupted throughout the nation. Since gaining independence in 1960 following a lengthy period of French colonial rule, this oil-exporting nation with a population of close to 18 million has not experienced a fair and democratic transition of power. The recent election featured a total of 10 candidates, one of whom was a female candidate. With a registered voting population exceeding 8 million in one of the world's most impoverished countries, which has a total population of over 17 million, the election held significant importance. The prevailing prediction from analysts is that Déby Itno will emerge victorious in the election. In February, Yaya Dillo, a prominent opposition figure and cousin of the current president, tragically lost his life under circumstances that have yet to be fully clarified. Success. Masra, a former opposition leader who assumed the role of prime minister in January after returning from exile, stands as the primary contender alongside Déby Itno in the race. In the expansive Sahel region, Chad is regarded by both the United States and France as a steadfast and reliable ally amidst the political upheaval that has plagued neighboring countries like Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger through military coups. As a consequence, the French military has been expelled by the ruling juntas in these 3 nations, who have instead sought security support from Russia's mercenary units. In a recent development, the junta in Niger made the decision to expel all US troops, resulting in the loss of Washington's crucial base in Agadez, the central hub for its counter-terrorism efforts in the area. However, both the United States and France maintain a military presence in Chad, as they view it as an exceptionally vital ally in their endeavors. The Western nations are concerned that any potential instability in Chad, a country that has already accommodated over 500,000 refugees from Sudan, may lead to a rise in the migration of individuals towards Europe. Ulf Leising, who leads the Sahel program at the Konrad Adenauer Foundation, highlighted the various factors contributing to the Western world's subdued response to Chad's democratic transition. According to Leising, the primary motive behind this silence is the desire for a smooth electoral process that would result in the re-election of Déby Itno. By maintaining a working relationship with Itno, international actors aim to safeguard regional stability. According to reports from local journalists, the voting process, which commenced on Sunday for both the military and nomadic communities, was marred by several violent incidents resulting in at least 2 fatalities. In the city of Maondo, located south of the capital, a voter was tragically shot and killed by security forces under circumstances that remain unclear. Similarly, in the eastern city of Abeche, a civilian reportedly stabbed and fatally wounded a soldier, as reported by local journalists present at the scene. During the weekend, a collective statement was released by multiple civil society organizations, highlighting the fact that a significant number of the 2,900 observers who had sought accreditation to oversee the voting process were denied access. Chad is currently facing the challenge of accommodating refugees from Sudan, while also grappling with elevated food prices that can be attributed, in part, to the conflict in Ukraine and a resurgent Boko Haram insurgency that has spilled over from its border with Nigeria. Following a period of tranquility resulting from a successful military campaign in 2020, during which the Chadian army eradicated the strongholds of the extremist group Boko Haram in the Lake Chad region, fears of renewed violence were reignited in March. The government attributed an attack that claimed the lives of 7 soldiers to Boko Haram, prompting concerns. However, amidst this uncertainty, there were positive signs as schools, mosques and churches resumed their operations and humanitarian organizations resumed their activities in the area. In an interview with the Associated Press, Adumaji Jean, a teacher at a state secondary school in Moyanchari province, expressed the enduring struggle of dealing with the exorbitant expenses of everyday life. He emphasized the urgent need for change in the upcoming election, hopeful that this year will bring about a resolution to the long-standing issue. Boko Haram, a group that initiated a rebellion over 10 years ago in opposition to Western education, aims to implement Islamic law in the northeastern region of Nigeria. The rebellion has extended its reach to neighbouring countries in West Africa, such as Cameroon, Niger and Chad. Calls for an inquiry into the death of Dillo, the prominent opposition figure in Chad, have been made by various human rights organisations. The government claims that Dillo was killed in an assault carried out by his own group, the Socialist Party Without Borders, on the National State Security Agency. However, photographic evidence clearly indicates that Dillo's demise was the result of a single gunshot wound to the head. The killing has sparked significant concerns among Human Rights Watch regarding the election's overall environment. Based on data from the ACID, a US-based organization specializing in tracking armed conflicts, Chad has witnessed nearly 270 instances of political violence, resulting in the tragic loss of over 1,000 lives. According to Michelle Gavin of the Council of Foreign Relations, an influential think tank based in Washington, Déby Itno's victory is virtually guaranteed, as he has successfully neutralized or removed his most formidable opponents and strategically placed his supporters in key electoral institutions. The initial tally of votes will take place at the designated polling stations, with the announcement of preliminary results scheduled for May 21st, 3 weeks later. In the event that no candidate secures a clear victory, a runoff election will be conducted on June 5th. To support our channel's growth and ensure broader awareness, kindly hit the like and subscribe buttons. This will help us reach more individuals and disseminate valuable information. Thank you in advance.